What's up, guys? Mark here at Wired Customs. It is Friday morning. We have a 2017 F-350. This is another customer that when they hear our demo truck here, which is a 2020 Chevy Silverado, they tell us, take my money and you call me whenever it's ready. So we're gonna raise up the rear seat 2.5 inches, because on these Fords, on F-150s, 250s, 350s, 450s, they don't have a lot of clearance. That's all you get, right? There's around 7 inches of clearance stock, and then once we raise it up 2.5 inches, now we can squeeze in 8-inch speakers going forward in the ports to right and left door. That is by far the loudest option when we're doing these enclosures. That is the loudest option. If your port is not towards the passenger and driver portion of the rear door, it is not optimal. There's nothing wrong with it being not optimal, but if you want it optimal, ports need to be right there. I have easily created 300 to 400 of these. I've already tried everything. I already know everything in regards to port location. Very, very important. 2 4-inch ports. If you can squeeze or want to do the extra work and try to run a 5-inch port, two 5-inch ports, that would be a little bit better. However, we do two 4s because it's still aesthetically pleasing and looks correct. Again, if your port is not right and left, it is not optimal. So we're going to create a custom enclosure for that this morning. Probably will take us about a day and a half to complete it. We're going to add the LMI lift on it to raise it up 2.5 inches. The front speakers are getting swapped out. We have to create some expanded PVC adapter plates. These adapter plates that are pre-made, stuff like this, they just don't work well. One, they're kind of flimsy. Look at that one. This one here is actually for an F-250, F-350, F-150. This is 2 of them, and look how skinny it is. It's just not large enough. Not large enough when we're using a heavy pro audio style speaker. A speaker weighs around 3 to 4 pounds a piece. Little 1/8-inch plastic isn't gonna cut it. So we fabricate new ones out of 1/2-inch expanded PVC plastic. And also these adapter plates, the hole's not large enough. For instance, you might say, well, I can just cut the hole out larger, Mark. Ho, ho, ho. Well, when you only have that much clearance right there, you can't do a lot. Okay? Swap the front, swap the rears, add a DSP from Audio Dynamics. We're gonna install a DD Audio M2000 and run the DB Drive Euphoria Neos. Yes, the exact ones I had in my truck. Those are a great speaker option. It is on the top end of pricing of all 8s out there. But when you want the best, you have to run the best products. You cannot achieve this with entry-level style equipment. And I'm talking about brands specifically. I won't mention those brands, but 4-channel wise, I believe we're going with one 4-channel amplifier, I believe it's an EX4 from DB Drive. It's going to be 1200 watts in a 4-channel, more than the average person that's putting that amount of power on their subwoofers. We're going to run that to mids and highs, because that's how you get this stuff loud. The average 4-channel out there is around 250 to 400 watts. Okay, we're going to run 1200 because we need power to overcome all of the bass that we're about to create. All this stuff matters. Like, all of this stuff matters. And at the end of the day, if you put in all this high dollar equipment and you don't know how to tune it, or you're just hoping that you can figure it out, it's kind of like building a race car, not knowing anything about the engine schematics or how stuff works, and then you tuning the engine. There is no difference at all. So spend all this cash on building a race car and then you hoping you get it right and don't blow anything up. It doesn't work like that. You have to know what you're changing when you're changing amplifier settings, and especially a DSP. A DSP is a great piece of equipment. We use it in probably 80% of all of our vehicles that we build here. But if you don't know what you're doing, you will blow tweeters, especially left and right, and probably blow a lot of other stuff up. This truck has 2 AGMs from the stock underneath the hood, so we're gonna roll with that for right now. We're only just over 3,000 watts. That'll be perfectly okay on a large truck like this. It's got a larger alternator than what like your F-150 would have, or your standard truck. For instance, this is a 2021 Silverado. It's got a smaller alt than what that truck has, and it has half of the battery power, and that has an AGM. That does not. Knowing what the car comes with is very, very, very important. We're going to add a logo to the custom enclosure as well. Customer has a specific word he wants us to put on there. You will notice what we do later, and you probably ask me what that means, and I will tell you, I don't know. And that's it. Stinger oxygen-free wire. We're going to knock it out. It'll probably be here about 4 days, and then the customer will be happy. Thanks. If you guys have any questions, please visit wiredcustomsmotorsports.com or email us wiredcustoms@gmail.com. Thank you.